a moist critical reaction. This man is evil.
And we got meat in my mouth, and we about to watch this video.
For sure, you know what I'm saying?
With the white sauce with it.
With the white sauce. You like it creamy? Alright, this man is evil about Vince McMahon. Let's get it.
All of you know I'm a huge wrestling enthusiast. I absolutely love it more than Garfield loves lasagna. So much so that we actually have our own wrestling league, the Moist Wrestling League, and we even dropped our most recent
Oh. He hates anime? How dare he?
Episode a few days ago. This isn't meant to be a plug
nice
for it or anything.
You know what I can't stand about this? He can drop anything. He has one of those anomaly channels.
Yeah.
Where he can drop anything on his channel and it does just fine.
A really serious topic. The reason I mention that is because I'm just showcasing my passion for this craft. And for the longest time now, many decades, there has been this stain in the wrestling industry with a boogeyman that sits atop the food chain. His name is Vince McMahon. He is a cockroach that...
What's up, my nigga?
Nah, that is crazy. Why he got this little mustache? That shit ugly.
That shit. I don't even know. He has big ears. He's just a guy.
Bro, I seen a fucking meme. She was hilarious. It was like Vince McMahon meeting his favorite wrestler in hell, and it was Chris Benoit.
Damn, bro, you just mentioned the name. I don't even know.
That nigga, Powell, his wife and kids, and then himself.
What?
Yeah, I told you the white man rather kill his wife and kids than.
You're right.
That shit. Then get a divorce.
They're like ultimate crash outs.
Yo, crash out demons, bro.
Yo, oh my gosh.
Crash out demons, boy.
No amount of pest control can seem to get rid of. I'm confident even if you don't follow wrestling closely.
No background music or nothing either. Just
straight to him. Yap session.
I should start
doing You know Vince McMahon. He is extraordinarily wealthy and he has...
Ludwig.
Oh, Ludwig. I started watching his videos recently. I love them.
The Mogul Mail?
Yes.
Fuck with the Mogul Mail.
I was like, yo.
And it's very raw and on that. Like, he doesn't edit none of that shit for real.
He knows what he's talking about, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's tapped in. Like, I know, like, it's Ludwig, but, like.
Yeah. I might start reacting. Like, I fuck with Charlie, you know what I'm saying? But there's some things I might fuck with on the Ludwig side. Mogul Mail. That shit's tough.
Damn.
Infested tons of other things even outside of just the wrestling industry. And this man is downright evil. He has a laundry list of deplorable, disgusting, heinous acts that would make
I know he was accused, but I don't know what he was accused of. I know it was SA for sure, but I don't know, like, the context or anything, so this is all fresh to me.
Devil flinch. I've talked about him at length quite a bit on streams and even in a couple of videos in the past, so I'm not going to be focusing on it.
SA and then trafficking?
A lot of different things. San Antonio, that's what I used to say.
Jesus.
Sins from the past here. I highly encourage all of you to just Google his name. It's not hard to find any of this information. It's all just right there out in the open, right there at your fingertips. It is horrible stuff. I'm not talking about just like some drama where he was mean behind the scenes, which of course he was. I'm talking about covering up crimes, sexual misconduct. The list goes on and on and on. Seemingly no end, and that's just what we know. There's probably still tons and tons of skeletons in that fucking closet. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about
why is the this is like a level of fucking freaky I never want to get to, bro. Yeah. Is it just like, is it part of the money,
I think it's boredom. I think it's boredom.
I gotta be.
It's like a power trip.
I never ever just, man, what if I go snatch a, like, what?
It's a power trip.
What the fuck do you, bro?
It's kind of the equivalent of, like, think about it like this. You ever notice, like, you know, being a YouTuber and stuff, or being a content creator, you ever notice someone who never got pussy before they got money?
Yeah.
A lot of them are just like
hold
that.
On.
Yeah, I know some others, but yeah, what? But anyway, like, point being is, when they get to that, like, point, they use it as a power trip because they believe that's, like, really, like, what they can do.
Yeah.
Like, they want to touch the limits. No, he's one of those anomalies who has a bunch of money but still couldn't get, like, any shit.
He probably still couldn't pull. Riding in the Bugatti and you try to pull up on the chick like, hey, you know, can I get shit?
Yeah.
He'd probably still be told no a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's one of those.
Man, again, today is he is now at the center of another massive lawsuit here that has actually forced his hand.
It's like cracking them shit, bro.
I know, and it cleared my palate too.
And had him resign from his position at the WWE/UFC. They recently merged.
Wait, co-founder stepped down from the parent company after they accused him of solo. Trafficking is insane. You know what be making it so bad is these niggas be stepping down. You look so guilty. Like, if you're not guilty, fight this shit, bro.
Yeah, this shit crazy. And then everyone just be knowing. They just do it together.
It's the multi-billion-dollar deal, and Vince McMahon, in light of all of this, has stepped down. The information comes.
Sex assault charges.
That's your man.
That shit is going triple platinum. That is a meme, bro.
Is from someone named Janelle Grant, who worked at the WWE's headquarters and is accusing the company's founder, Vince McMahon, of.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Grant, who worked at the WWE's headquarters and is accusing the company's founder, Vince McMahon, of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and physical abuse in the lawsuit that was filed on Thursday. According to the lawsuit, Grant alleged that McMahon promised a job and later promotions at WWE in exchange for sex.
Damn.
And the lawsuit also includes allegations that McMahon trafficked her to other men inside and outside of the company. And there is a couple of names that get dropped that are some very big, alarming names, obviously.
Bruh.
Oh, wow.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's bad. That's
probably not good.
Now, even if you're not part of the wrestling community, I bet you've heard some buzz about this lawsuit because some text messages allegedly leaked from it, as well as some of the claims in the lawsuit
too? No
are
shot.
extraordinarily disturbing. Like, it is some depraved shit. And I mean shit, literally. One of the big parts of this lawsuit that was popping off on Twitter, like general Twitter, was this section where Miss Grant is talking about a threesome that McMahon put her in. And she says, early in the encounter, McMahon immediately directed Miss Grant to lay down on her back in a supplicating position. While straddling over her, McMahon defecated on Miss Grant's head. McMahon left to shower off, but he instructed Miss Grant to remain in place with excrement in her hair and to continue performing for his friend. While Miss Grant requested protection, none was offered. McMahon and physical therapist actively continued with the threesome and directed Miss Grant's sexual performance for around an hour and a half while she was left covered in feces.
Yo, they don't. Yo. No, that's a shitty situation, but no, like.
Shit.
And she just.
Why do you? First of y'all some freaky ass niggas still wanting to fuck on something after you shitted on it.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty.
That is
and pissed on it.
After an hour.
He put a.
That shit been stinking.
And it was in her hair.
Oh.
How do you get that out?
How do you shit on somebody's hair like that?
That shit not. And she probably ate it too. What do you think he ate? Like. How bored of sex do you gotta be to start
shitting?
Miss Grant's sexual performance for around an hour and a half while she was left covered in feces. Absolutely sickening and sadly not surprising behavior from Vince McMahon. I believe this is only the tip of the iceberg. I think this is the first domino to fall, and there's going to be.
Wait, that's the tip of the iceberg. Shitting on a bitch and still fucking after an hour? Are you? He's traumatized.
Damn, I had to take a doogie too. That shit went away.
Shit went right back up.
Some of the crimes and awful shit that was going on behind the scenes under Vince McMahon here. Now, I saw quite a few people caught off guard by this, surprised to learn that Vince McMahon is a bad guy. They were wondering how this stayed buried or how any of the sexual misconduct allegations didn't surface sooner. Like, how was it all kept a secret? I had to do a bit of a double take when I saw that. I got fucking stun-locked for a second. Now, of course, it's no one's fault. I don't blame anyone for not knowing about Vince McMahon's past. Like, if you're not an active wrestling fan, there's a really good chance you just didn't know.
When I was a wrestling fan, I was really young, and I haven't actively watched it since I turned, 10.
Once I was 7 years.
But the only secret here is that there was no secret. Yeah. Everyone knew about Vince McMahon's sexual degeneracy. Vince McMahon's sexual degeneracy is about as much of a secret as smoking cigarettes being bad for your health. This fucking ghoul paid nearly $15 million in hush money to quiet 4 women who were bringing up claims of sexual misconduct against them that had occurred over a period of 16 years. And that's actually why he previously stepped down. Now, of course, he stepped back up into a prominent position with the company after the merger with the UFC.
Oh my
and now
God.
he's stepping down again, once again, from sexual misconduct claims. So it's just never really been a secret that this decaying corpse, this fucking revolt.
Do you understand how guilty you gotta be to give up $15 million?
It's a lot of money.
That is bread. $16 million. You really gotta be a freaky nigga.
$5 a month.
That's why niggas say P. Diddy freaky. That nigga settled so fast. That nigga settled in less than 24 hours.
What do you gain?
What I
You
don't.
can go to an orgy and do half that shit.
Bro, you can go places where most of that shit is legal. Willing other adults willing to do this freaky shit with you.
Sign a contract and everything. I guess they not as nasty. I mean, like I said, they get the power trip of just like making people do it to like it's like, oh yeah, do this, you'll get a job.
But it's just, it's never worth that. I'm sorry.
Revolting gremlin of a man is a horrifying piece of shit. It's just more people are opening their eyes to Vince McMahon being this fiend. Thanks to Janelle Grant's lawsuit really making waves and highlighting a lot of previously unknown things like the sex trafficking and some of the other names that were included here to show how deep this rabbit hole goes and how awful all of it was. Now, sexual misconduct is something Vince McMahon calls home, so this isn't his first rodeo, and he tried to cover his own ass. Not literally, because he shit on someone's head, but legally tried to cover himself by trying to pressure Grant into signing a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for payments over several years totaling $3 million after their relationship and employment ended. So he was trying to silence her, to make sure she wouldn't, blow the lid off of this. Now, I'm no lawyer, I'm no expert, but I don't think a non-disclosure agreement protects you in the case of crimes. I don't think if you're sex trafficking someone, you can have all of your victims sign an NDA and then they can't speak about it, you're safe. And if they do speak about it, they're the ones in trouble. I just can't imagine a world where if Grant signs that non-disclosure agreement and then goes forward with bringing this information to light, that she would face punishment for it. I can't even picture that kind of lunacy. Listen, man, we're really sorry about that sex trafficking thing. That's bad stuff. But you violated your NDA.
Right.
And breaking an NDA is so much worse. You're going to the slammer for that. You don't violate the contract. It's sacred. It's binding. I just don't think an NDA protects you in the case of a crime being committed.
So interesting.
Again, I'm not an expert, though. The only NDAs I've ever signed were to play a video game early, not poop on someone's skull, among other horrible acts, allegedly. It's fucking scary stuff, what was going on behind the scenes at the WWE with Vince McMahon. The parent company has issued a bit of a statement here. The parent company is TKO Group Holdings, and they said that McMahon doesn't control TKO or oversee day-to-day operations at the WWE, and that while this matter predates our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Ms. Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing this matter internally. And a spokesperson for Vince McMahon also made a statement and said that the lawsuit was replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred.
Why did you try to pay her? If it was lies, why did you try to pay her and get her to sign an NDA?
I guess to get it out the way, but bruh moment.
Really think about, bro.
And a vindictive distortion of the truth, he will vigorously defend himself. I wish he would vigorously try and dive into a wrestling ring and tear both of his quads again. This is an evil man, and he has been evil for the entire time he has been with the company. And more people are starting to see this now. He is a fucking stain in the industry. I know there is still a lot of Vince McMahon fans because they separate art from the artist. He plays a character in the WWE, the commissioner, and he has been kind of iconic in the scene. I get that. There is a lot of great WWE moments that, unfortunately, Vince McMahon is there for and was a big part of. He played the role well. But as a person, he is terrible and a horrible person to have at the position of power that he does in the industry. He shouldn't be in the industry. He shouldn't even be outside of a fucking jail cell for the things he's done. I can't separate art from the artist when it comes to something like this. I just can't do it. I know there are people that are, and I'm not mad at you for it or anything, but I can't. He is just absolute trash, scum, the lowest of the low, and I will, of course, be keeping my eyes on this lawsuit as everything continues to develop here. I just wanted to give you, like, the very bare bones of it, like, the basics. There is so much to it. I urge anyone out there that's curious to take a look, but just fair warning, it is disturbing. It's very not pleasant to read. So, yeah, just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's it. So, yeah.
Oh, man. It was, appreciate it being brought to light, but damn, that's just tough.